Welcome to Threads of Hope. I'm your host, Jason, and today we're telling the story of 37-year-old Danielle Evelyn Lopez, a New Jersey mother, daughter, sister, and beloved family member who vanished in the Barrens of April 2024. Her case has been clouded by misinformation, gaps in communication, and shifting stories. But today, you will hear the timeline that Danielle's mother has carefully assembled using phone records, text messages, witness information, and information provided from investigators. But before we begin, Danielle's mother wants you to hear these messages in her own voice. Here we go. I have never given information to mislead or out of embarrassment. Danielle's struggles became clear after the loss of her oldest brother, my son Eric. Blaming herself led to Danielle accepting a lifestyle she didn't deserve. I helped Danielle as best as I could. She stayed with me and attended rehab several times. The door to my home was and is and will always be open for Danielle. I invited her. I begged her to come home. She was coerced into leaving. If I could change any part of how this unfolded, I would have. God will judge the wicked. This is the official, accurate timeline of what happened, shared by her mother, Sue Quackenbush. In the name of full transparency and in the hopes that someone listening will come forward with a missing piece of the puzzle. Let's begin. It's Sunday, April 7th, 2024. Danielle calls her mother from my phone belonging to a man named Joe Jenkins. She said, "Save this number just in case something happens." Strange thing to say, but her mother saved it with that exact note. That night, Danielle began camping at Brendan T. Burns State Forest inside the Pine Barrens. This is all in New Jersey. A neighboring camper later told a private investigator that when he first met Danielle, she was alone, and that Scott, which is Danielle's boyfriend, arrived later. Over the next few days, according to that same neighboring camper's interview, this is what happened. Let's take a look. Danielle told him she was homeless. She said her dog Roscoe had died and that Scott buried him somewhere, but she didn't know where, which is something strange to say. He overheard and yelling between Danielle and Scott occurred, often about money she had inherited. Scott frequently left in the late afternoon, sometimes returning early in the morning, leaving Danielle alone overnight. Police came to the campground at least once because of an argument in that area. So, cops have been there. We are now at Thursday, April 11th, 2024. The neighboring camper saw Danielle chopping wood and working around the campsite. Late that night, someone delivered a propane heater to their site in the middle of the night. Now we're at Friday, April 12th, 2024. Danielle and her mother spoke on the phone briefly that evening. Danielle seemed okay, but her mother could hear Scott's voice in the background. Again, Scott is Danielle's boyfriend. That same day, the neighboring camper posted a photo of Danielle standing by a campfire with the caption, "My girlfriend." Strange. Saturday, April 13th, 2024, 9:11 a.m. Wawa, Vincenttown, New Jersey. Danielle was spotted on surveillance video buying coffee. She is smiling as she leaves the store. So from the campsite, she's at Wawa, she's buying coffee. A second person can be seen exiting the store at the same time as her. Law enforcement has referred to this person as her companion. This individual has never been publicly identified or interviewed. Why? There is a person involved somewhere along the lines, but has not been identified yet. That's a key point that needs to be solved. Around 4 p.m., the first GoPro encounter, a couple driving through Penn State Forest with the GoPro camera encounters Danielle. She waves them down, asking for directions to Lake Oswego. Her car is not stuck at this point. She drives away. The same couple sees her again, but this time she's walking along Lost Lane Road alone. She tells them her car got stuck in a puddle, and she has been walking for about 20 minutes. She asks, "What do I do?" And she asks if they can help push her out. But this couple offers zero assistance and they drive away. This is the last verified sighting of Danielle. If someone was stranded somewhere and they asked me for help, I'm providing help, just saying. Then a tow truck driver sees Danielle's car stuck in a puddle, key still in the ignition, no Danielle in sight. Around 8:30 p.m., the tow truck driver returns with the equipment and pulls the car out. He leaves the car safely in place with the hazard lights on and posts online letting folks know, hey, this car was stranded, blah, blah. I pulled it out. This is where it's sitting. But still no sign of Danielle. There have been no confirmed sightings of her since that second GoPro encounter. When Danielle was actually reported missing, it was on Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. Danielle's mother officially reports her missing to the New Jersey State Police. Detectives confirm she was entered into the system and the investigation began. April 24th, 2024. That evening, Danielle's mother texts Scott Dunn, the boyfriend. His statements have been inconsistent. First, he says she left the campground. Wednesday, he thinks he's not sure. When I got there, she and the car were gone. That's what he says. When asked what day he last saw her, he replies, Tuesday the 16th. Again, conflicting stories. This conflicts directly with the video evidence of Danielle alive on April 13th. In the days that follow, Scott's story reads as this. It changes multiple times. He names different people, provides different dates, offers multiple conflicting explanations. My opinion, he's trying to throw the investigation off. These contradictions remain a major red flag. In the days immediately following Danielle's vanishing, it's April 22nd. A small fire burns near her last known campground area, which is Apple Pine Hill region. On April 24th, a larger fire, the county line fire, ignites in another area that Danielle had mentioned visiting. May 1st, a water hole near Lost Lane Road is drained by forest fire services and law enforcement. This was done as part of a search for Danielle, the missing person whose car was found nearby. No claim is made that these fires are definitely connected, but their timing and their proximity are notable. Why does this timeline matter? Good question. Well, Danielle's mother is sharing this timeline because the public deserves to know her last confirmed movements. Danielle did not simply walk away or choose to disappear. Key contradictions need to be acknowledged and aware. Someone out there may have seen or heard something, but not realize how important it is. If you were at the Vincenttown, New Jersey Wawa on the morning of April 13th, 2024, in Penn State Forest, especially near Lost Lane Road or Lake Oswego, fighting wildfires in the late April 2024, or know any of the individuals mentioned, you may be holding the piece to helping solve this puzzle. And now a closing message from Danielle's mother. Please share this timeline so the truth reaches as many people as possible. My daughter is not a rumor or a story. She is a real person who is deeply loved and deeply missed. I will not stop fighting for her. Well, Sue, we will not stop fighting for the truth and for justice. So together, let's spread awareness. Let's keep her story alive. And let's keep a light on this case. Come on, guys. It takes a village. Let's do it. Because the truth needs to be exposed, and those who may be responsible for Danielle's disappearance should be held accounted for. And we need to help bring Danielle home. So if you know something, say something, no matter how small. And remember, stay safe, stay aware, and God bless.